What's up guys, it's Alexei Borov. This is going to be a deck profile for my Thousand Eyes Restrict deck. This deck's real fun. It's in the traditional format, so if you're not into that whole deal, and then my apologies, but Thousand Eyes Restrict doesn't have any fucking time for your shit, so I'm sure you don't have time for his. Anyway, the card list is 2 Thousand Eyes Idol, 3 Lava Golem, 3 Breaker the Magical Warrior, 3 Gravekeeper's Guard, 3 King of the Swamp, 3 Relinquished, a Change of Heart, Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, 3 Polymerization, Metamorphosis, Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn, 2 Black Illusion Ritual, 2 Advanced Ritual Art, 3 Prohibition, 3 Dark Renewal, 3 Grisaille Prison, and 3 Call of the Haunted. This deck is 42 cards, and if you're really against that, you can probably take out the Prohibition, 2 Prohibitions if you want. They're not that essential in this deck. They don't go along with the theme of Thousand Eyes Strict, but I really like them, so I threw them in. Thousand Eyes Idol doesn't do anything. He's a meat shield, let's be honest. Lava Golem, you contribute 2 of your opponent's monsters to summon this card to the field on your opponent's side of the field, and once per turn they take 1,000 damage. Great way to get rid of problematic monsters. Let's see. Breaker the Magical Warrior, when he's summoned, he gets a counter. While he has a counter, he gains 300 attack. You can remove a counter from him to destroy a spell or trap card. He's a walking MST. Gravekeeper's Guard, he has 1,000 attack, 1,900 defense. When he's flipped, you can return 1 monster on the field to the hand that your opponent controls. King of the Swamp, he's a pretty cool card. This is where it starts to really get into the Thousand Eyes Strict theme. You can substitute this card for any one fusion material monster. When you do, the other one has to be correct. You can discard this card to add polymerization from your deck to your hand, which is pretty cool. That's multiple uses. Relinquish. Once per turn, you can target a monster, equip it to this card. This card gains that monster's attack and defense. If this monster would be destroyed by battle, the equipped monster is destroyed instead, and both you and your opponent take the battle damage. And you can just keep taking shit. You can only have one thing attached to him at a time, so it's fun. Change of Heart, target a monster, you control it for the rest of the turn. Pretty self-explanatory. Raigeki, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Harpy's Feather Duster, destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Polymerization, use it to polymerize stuff. Metamorphosis, this is a pretty cool card. Tribute 1 monster, special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck with the same level as the tributed monster. So if you control a Thousand Eyes Idol or a Relinquished, what you could do is you can activate Metamorphosis, target one of those monsters, and then just summon a Thousand Eyes Restrict. It's an amazing card. Pot of Greed, pretty simple, draw 2 cards. Monster Reborn, target a monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it. You could do it to Thousand Eyes Restrict, Relinquished, any cool stuff they got. Black Illusion Ritual, use it to ritual summon Relinquished. Advanced Ritual Art, you also use it to summon a ritual summon Relinquished, but with Advanced Ritual Art, you tribute Thousand Eyes Idol from your deck, which makes it a lot more convenient if you don't have one in your hand. Prohibition's a cool card. When you activate it, you call a card name. Cards with that name can't be used. If they're on the field, it doesn't count. If they're already on the field, it doesn't count. Dark Renewal is an amazing card. When your opponent summons a monster and you control a spellcaster, what you can do is you can target that monster and your spellcaster, send them both to the graveyard, and then just summon a spellcaster from your deck or graveyard. Truly amazing card. You can even summon the same card you sent. So if I control a Thousand Eyes Restrict and he summons some ridiculous monster that could destroy it, I can activate Dark Renewal, send my Thousand Eyes Restrict and his monster to the graveyard, and then just summon back my Thousand Eyes Restrict. I always say this is a must-have for any spellcaster deck. It's truly amazing. Next is Grisaille Prison. If you control a face-up monster that was Tribute, Ritual, or Fusion summoned, which there's a few in here, neither player can Synchro or XYZ summon, and Synchro and XYZ monsters cannot attack. Also, their effects are negated. I believe this is, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this effect applies. I kind of skipped that line, but it's a pretty amazing card, especially with more old school type decks. I'd definitely throw this card in an old school deck. Next is Call of the Haunted. Pretty obvious. Target a monster in your graveyard, summon it in attack position. If this card gets destroyed, so does that monster. The reason I have this in the deck is in case something kills my Thousand Eyes Restrict or my Relinquished, because I obviously only have one Thousand Eyes Restrict. Anyway, this is the deck profile for my Thousand Eyes Restrict deck. Like I said, if you want to cut it down to 40 cards to be nice and precise, you could take out some of the prohibitions maybe, or maybe some of the banned cards if you feel that they're too overpowered and unfair. I personally don't, because some decks these days are just completely fucking stupid with how broken they are. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll see you guys later.